From WFRV TV, Local 5, serving Northeast Wisconsin, including Green Bay, Fox Cities, and the Lakeshore. This is Newsmaker Sunday.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Newsmaker Sunday. I'm Tom Zalaski. Important but touchy topic today. There's a good chance it affects your family. Child estrangement, especially millennial kids who have cut off communication with their parents. Now, our goal this morning is first to let you know you're not alone, and second, there is help out there for you. And joining me this morning, a couple who is going through this crisis and who can also provide the help you may be looking for, Jerry and Ramona Bader, good friends of mine. Jerry is pastor of the Samaritan's Heart Church in Green Bay. Good morning to both of you. Good to have you. Good to see you again. Jerry, this program started with you and yours truly having breakfast at a local restaurant, and you confided in me that you were going through this situation. And then we had a follow-up breakfast, and Ramona came along and agreed, yes, this was a topic that really needs to be discussed. So let me get to the basics first of all. Folks, who are you estranged from?
So I'll start. So our older child, our daughter, who will be 32 this year, we have not seen her in nearly 4 years. Fall of 2021, we received a text with no explanation that please don't contact me. So
this was sudden. You didn't see this coming.
There had been some distancing, but still was taken aback, to say the least.
Obvious question that our viewers are asking, and everybody that I've dealt with in talking about this show that we were doing, they all want to know why. What happened? Do you know what happened?
And we don't.
You don't?
We don't. We want to know why, too. That's the question we continue to ask. Our daughter has not communicated that to us.
You had said to me in past conversations that this was like adding insult to injury, not knowing, or not being told.
Yeah, that is the hardest part, because particularly in ministry, our DNA is always to make amends. Whatever we need to make right. And we and other parents, that's a big struggle. It's a big part of this as we talk about how big this problem is that they often do not have that opportunity to know why and how can I make amends?
Yeah. Have you tried to communicate since that cutoff?
I believe I sent one letter and a card.
Yeah, we sent a birthday card, Christmas card, no response. So we just have to honor that she's not going to respond.
Yep.
And we go from there.
So from that first cutoff text, even though you tried maybe a couple of times, still no response.
Correct.
Do you see this estrangement in some way, shape, or form as her way of punishing you for something?
There's no way to know. I wouldn't speculate, Tom. I mean, I know a lot of parents, as we get more and more into this and doing a lot of reading and studying about it, that's certainly the way parents are made to feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Was there ever a moment where Ramona, you blamed Jerry, Jerry, you blamed Ramona for something you did in the past?
Jerry blamed Jerry.
He did?
Yeah.
Why did Jerry blame Jerry?
Because it's just natural, Tom. It's when, I'm the dad, I'm a parent, and, I just immediately began searching what. And that's one of the things when we get into what we're talking about, the support group that's coming, is that you want to stay away from that. It's very unhealthy. But yeah, I did a lot of, what did I do?
Ramona, did you ever blame yourself?
I don't know that I blamed myself so much. It's just wondered, I thought of all the things that I did do, and is like, okay, that wasn't enough, or what did I do wrong, or what did she perceive as wrong? So I don't know that I blamed myself as so much as just trying to figure out where the problem was, because there was no communication on it.
Did you ever bounce this off friends, family, relatives, those who knew you as a family?
Not at first.
Not at first.
And we'll talk about that upcoming too. It's called the silent epidemic because parent, they stay silent, there's guilt, there's shame. But then, and we couldn't tell you what, a year, 2 years after, we started talking about it.
Yeah.
We have much more to come on this with Jerry and Ramona and child estrangement, so please stay right there. Back now with Jerry and Ramona Bader, who have been estranged from their soon-to-be 32-year-old daughter for some 4 years now. In your research on this topic, how many families, guesstimate, are affected by this issue that you're going through?
It is a guesstimate. There's the closest thing to any real specific research on how many families have an estranged member like this. The low end is 27% in this country, which would be 63 million. The high end, other studies show as high as 40% of families have been impacted by this.
And yet it seems as though everybody you talk to about this subject says, oh yeah, we have that in our family too.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a near 100%.
Yeah. Or they know someone.
Someone.
Right.
Someone.
Yeah.
In our conversations, and in this conversation just a few minutes ago, you called it a silent epidemic. Is this like a taboo subject that's hitting lots of families, but nobody wants to talk about it? But you eventually did.
Right. I mean, think about, Ramona, do you remember what you did before? How are the kids doing? Oh, they're fine. We did that for 2 years. And because there is shame, there is guilt. When you're shunned, there's stigma to that. And, ultimately, as we started talking, it's exactly what you said, Tom. Ramona's coworkers, there was like 7 to 8 people they knew. It's amazing once you start talking about it. This has happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, I guess to a point, it was okay to tell that little white lie that the kids are doing well.
Yeah. And as far as we knew, they were.
That she was.
They were. She was.
Yeah.
So we
from third-party sources, we heard she was doing okay.
Right. Oh my goodness.
So,
in your research, you came across a guy named Brian Briscoe. Who is Brian Briscoe? How did you find him? What's your relationship to him now?
Okay.
Complete happenstance. I found a New York Times article in 2024. Brian is a Dallas area psychotherapist. This happened to him in 2022, his 18-year-old daughter, and he realized there was just nothing. So he started a support group virtually. He was totally virtual, and people over the country and other countries, and he found out right away there was an interest. I thought, we should do that in person here, and I put it off, and then I had breakfast with you, and you said, what's the next big thing? And I said, well, I've been putting this thing off. And I went right after you said, well, there would be interest in that. And you're right. So I immediately went back to the church. I emailed, I had to look it up. And Brian goes, Pastor Bader, your timing is uncanny. We're meeting with 3 other people virtual tonight to talk about, in person and doing that. So we jumped on that Zoom. We have been meeting with Brian. Brian has been a tremendous mentor for us in this. His is parents living after child estrangement or place. With Brian's help, we are forming Peace, Parents Empowered After Child Estrangement.
And it's interesting. He is a psychologist, you said?
A licensed psychotherapist.
Psychotherapist, yes. And yet he himself is affected by this.
Important point. Really, that's a really important point.
Yeah.
This does not discriminate at all. Whatever parenting skills or professional skills you bring, this can impact anyone.
Anybody. Kids who cut off communication, as in your case, is it of their own volition, do you think, or are they being coached?
It's both. It's both, and we do not know that we don't know the answer to that in the case, our personal case, but there is huge debate, Tom, in the psychotherapy community that there's a school of thought where it's okay to exit people from your life, that it's healthy, and that psychotherapists will recommend it. You can separate from your parents, you can separate from your spouse, and there's another community in the psychotherapy profession that's like that's completely unethical. So sometimes it is prompting. A psychotherapist will diagnose parents they never met as being narcissists. Your parents are narcissists. You should separate from them. There's a book by Josh Coleman, called Rules of Estrangement, where he works on reconciliation, and he points out that's where a lot of the separations come from. They are therapist-driven.
Is there a possibility also that maybe in the case of your daughter, it's not necessarily some professional guiding her in a certain direction, but perhaps from friends who she has told her situation about, and maybe friends are advising her to do certain things?
Certainly possible.
Yeah.
I mean, we said, we don't know. We don't know because nothing has been, she hasn't communicated with us since saying, don't communicate with me.
Yeah. Third-party suggestion is often common.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the tough part, when, as you say, when you just don't know what's going on out there, and it's tough to find answers when you don't know how the problem started in the first place.
Exactly.
When we come back, child estrangement and the personal toll that it takes. So please stay right there. And welcome back. Our guests this morning, Jerry and Ramona Bader, whose 32-year-old daughter cut off all communication with them some 4 years ago. Folks, who is this tougher on, dad or mom?
You go first.
Yeah, I think it's tough on both of us for different reasons. You know, for me, I think about the things that we did, that we would do together, and you know, the way I supported her through some things that she was driving and had a panic attack on the road and called me, and I talked to her until she got out of that while she was on the highway. So, you know, things like that. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, how is she doing now, type of thing.
Like you were a good mom.
I tried to be.
Yeah.
Not perfect.
Which makes
None
it
of
all
us.
the tougher to figure out how did this all happen.
Yeah, right.
How is it tough on you, Jerry?
The memories you're missing out on.
Oh,
Yeah.
not the past memories,
Yeah.
but what you're
Yeah.
missing out on.
Yeah, the memory, you know, not knowing, you know, let's face it, when you haven't seen someone for nearly 4 years, you don't really know them anymore. And you just have to be honest with that, and that's a big problem for other, that this is going to be the commonality that I think we'll see as we deal with other families, is they're a stranger. You don't know the person that you saw born and love, and not love, it's past tense, love, but they're not in your life, and you don't really know them.
Yeah. In our recent conversations, Ramona, you especially have brought up the phrase collateral damage. It's not just you and Jerry suffering through this. What did you mean when you said collateral damage in all of this?
It's your family. It's your whole family. My siblings have not seen or spoken to her in years either.
So it's not just you two.
No. And then our son is in the middle of it.
Yep.
You know,
And it's a commonality that their world gets smaller, that they exit more and more people. People appear to be the problem that that there's in their lives. So fewer people, fewer problems, and it tends to start with the parents. From what I've read, I'm no expert on this. Please don't misunderstand, but from the research that we've been doing, it's very common for that world to continue getting smaller in terms of exiting other people.
Yeah. Okay. So your son has contact with you. Mm-hmm. Your son has contact with your estranged daughter. Do you get the urge to ask your son, how's she doing? What do you hear? Does she say anything about us?
we would love to, but
We honor his.
So you don't ask your son?
No.
Did you talk to her lately?
No, not. I, in the past, again when it was new, but no. But we need to respect that family dynamic.
That's got to be tough to do. If you
It is.
know the information is right there and you can't ask her, you
You
won't
just
ask.
got to get along. You got to get on with life, Tom. We haven't forgotten our daughter. We love our daughter, but you just got to live in the day.
Yeah. You just said, Jerry, recently about things that you missed. Tell me about birthdays, holidays, special occasions. What's that like? Because you're still living those every day.
I request no Father's Day card.
From any of your kids?
Yeah, I
from
just
anyone.
want to past Father's Day.
Yeah.
Her birthday's tough. Our daughter's birthday is tough.
Yeah.
It's just they're reminders.
Yeah.
Mother's Day cards?
I'm fine.
Yeah, but I'm not an idiot. She gets a Mother's Day card.
So that doesn't, I wish she was there. I wish she was with us.
Yeah.
But she wasn't with us every holiday anyway. I mean, that's just the matter. Once she went to college, it was not every holiday anyway, so that is not as much. If we have a family gathering with, my siblings and their cousins and that sort of stuff, it's more of a miss then.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
Something that Jerry has mentioned, and this is something that nobody would ever think of in this situation. Tell me about the pictures on the wall.
I decided, and I just want to make sure the motivation for this is clear. I asked Ramona to take our daughter's pictures down, not out of anger, not out of hate, but I just could not take the daily reminder of what was missing in my life. And that's not uncommon. They'll go back up someday, Tom. I pray that someday she's back in our lives.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are back to wrap up with information on where you can help and how the Baders are helping right after this, so stay right there. We have been talking about child estrangement with Jerry and Ramona Bader, whose daughter cut off communication with them some 4 years ago. We've got some help here. You're not just grieving. You've also gotten yourselves in the business of helping people who are in your situation. You're having group sessions. Tell me about them. How can people either get involved with it, call you, register? What's the protocol?
Sure. So, and you've mentioned it, but we've been mentioning it through the whole show how many people are affected by this and don't realize it. And Brian Briscoe, who you mentioned earlier, that's certainly why he started his virtual peer support group, is what it's called. Mm-hmm. People, with a common experience supporting one another. So we are calling ours Parents Empowered. Parents Empowered After Child Estrangement or Peace. And we are a church, so our faith will guide people, finding peace in the way that we do. And the inaugural session will be Thursday, May 8th, 6 p.m. at our church, Samaritan's Heart Mission Church, 520 South Oakland. And we honestly don't know how often we're going to be doing it. Could be weekly, could be monthly. We don't know. We are going to have registration, but we could have 330 or 300. We just don't know until that first night. And then we'll base it after then. And it is very, very important. This is not about reconciliation. This is about coping. It's about understanding there's life after estrangement, confronting guilt, shame, and other negative feelings. Focus on coping with the loss, as I said, not reconciliation. Very important. Offering support, not advice. Mm-hmm. We're not here to fix anyone or the relationship. Most important, I think, though, Tom, is recognizing this is a grief journey. It needs to be a grief journey. It's very hard to grieve someone who's alive. That's a real challenge. Yeah, reconciliation does happen. Hope is always possible, but the hope of peace, this peer support group, to assist parents estranged from children to be at peace with where their life is right now.
And Samaritan's Church, you've got a website?
They have.
Yep. Yes, shgb.org. And at the website, you will find information. It's going to be prominently featured for a while on the homepage. The different resources available, including Brian Briscoe's resources, and the information about the meeting and how to register.
What are you hoping, both of you, hoping the people who are watching get out of this program and what you have just said?
First of all, you're not alone.
Right.
If you're dealing with it, you're not alone.
And do not wallow in shame and guilt and blame and grief. Now you need to grieve. That's a very important process. But those first three, and it's so important. You're not alone. Way more people are affected than you think, and there are people out there who can support one another.
This program that we're doing right now is going to be put on our website. Anybody can see it. There's a possibility that your estranged daughter could see this show. She may not be watching right now, But somebody will tell her, did you know your mom and dad did a show about you? Out of curiosity, she's going to want to look. You've not been able to contact her directly. This is the direct contact. I've got about a minute here. What would you say to her, because she's watching?
Yeah, I would say we love you, we miss you, and we really want to see you.
Yeah, the only thing I would add to that is, we pray for her every day, and I pray that her life right now is filled with joy and peace. And yes, I too, I love you, I miss you, and we hope to see you soon.
Is there that hope someday for the text, the call, the knock at the door? Or have you pretty well reconciled yourself to this is not going to happen?
I would never say that. It's just it's day to day that we trust God in all things, and He has a plan that we don't understand, and so we have expectancy that God's always at work, but no expectations in anything in life.
Right.
Ramona, Jerry, tough subject. Took a lot of nerve to do this, but I think you're going to help a lot of people.
We hope so.
With this and with
absolutely.
your counseling. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank
Good
you.
to have
Thank
you
you,
here.
Tom.
Thanks.
And if you have a newsmaker in your town who you think we should have on this show, let us know about it. Send us an email to tips@wearegreenbay.com or message us on Facebook. And be sure to join us once again Sunday morning at 7:30. Until then, have a great day.